is what I'll forever be thankful for. And that was something that I didn't know if I would ever get back. And so, I mean, everything. That's something that you can't replicate in life afterwards. Sports are something that very few people get to do at this high of a level, and they don't really understand. But I mean, it's something that I'll never be able to fully explain. But yeah, I mean, I owe a lot to these girls and coach and the rest of the staff, and something that I'll for sure forever be grateful for.
This is a question for both of you, but when we look at the Wisconsin match specifically, but this team, I mean, Nebraska sweeps Wisconsin twice in one season. You've done something pretty impressive with this match, with a pretty storied rival since Nebraska joined the Big Ten over the last 2 seasons. What has maybe this team been able to do that has kind of like tackled those big challenges like this matchup that has eluded so many teams before?
Yeah, I think, well, this one probably meant a little bit more for each of us. No one wanted to lose on senior night, so this one was definitely, there was a little more, I don't know, like a little more passion behind it tonight, but I think just one thing that this team has done a really good job of is like not overcomplicating that it's Wisconsin. And also holding coach to that as well, because a lot of times when you go play your rival school, everyone freaks out. And it's like, oh gosh, we have to play perfect. But that's something that this team has really tapped into, and coach and the rest of the staff have also tapped into, is like truly treating it like it's just another match in the Big Ten. And I know you guys heard coach talk about that a little bit as well. But I think that's been our biggest thing, is like, okay, sure, it's Wisconsin. We're going to play volleyball. We play volleyball every single day. And obviously they're a great team, but I think that mindset has helped us a ton of like not taking it too seriously. And we do this for hours every single day.
Yeah, and just to backpack off of that, on the hours that we do every day, I don't think people understand the standard that we hold ourselves to. Not even as volleyball players, but as women. I mean, Coach, he has this way of imprinting his standards into your life, what you post on Instagram, the kind of way you dress, just honestly the kind of person that you want to be outside the gym. And we are just so freaking hard on ourselves, and it makes going against people like that, it's like, okay, yeah, you can bounce a ball, but we're going to do so many other things that you will not be able to do. And so I just think when you live in a culture where it's already such a high demand to be perfect in all these different ways, it makes playing game, like honestly, game days are time to chill, because we go so hard in practice, and practice sometimes feels like perfection. And so games, we expect errors. So, I mean, if you want to come play for Nebraska, it's no easy thing to take on, but it makes playing teams like Wisconsin, like Merritt said, like any other team.
Final questions? Rebecca, how fun was it? The second largest crowd in Devaney. I mean, Wisconsin did get close. It seemed like the crowd kind of encouraged you on. How fun was it out there with this big of crowd?
I love it. It's like a big reunion. It's like, all right, guys, we need you to lock in, like, help us out. But it's always a gift. Husker Nation, they're so in tune with the game. They're with the ebbs and flows of it all, and you don't see that in other gyms. They know when to celebrate, but Husker Nation can tell when we're kind of in a rut, and they cheer. Like, you don't see that in other gyms. And so I'm very grateful to be part of a program that actually knows, or the fans that actually know volleyball. I think it's so fun.
Rebecca, Wisconsin is hitting almost 300 this year. You guys have held them much lower than that for these last couple of games against them. What has been the key defensively to kind of stifle them?
I'd say for middles, our biggest thing is patience. So we have a lot going on our scouting report, and it can be very easy to kind of chase that tail. But the biggest thing is, it's like, you know, they're very talented. So if they make an adjustment, we don't freak out. They're most likely going to fall back into their tendency in the next swing. So the biggest thing is solid communication with Jalen. He is so good about the scouting report and tendencies. And so falling back into that, but the biggest thing with us is just using our resources, not trying to do it all by yourself, and just constant communication. We talk about everything. The exact same play could happen, and we're going to talk about everything.
Meredith, I talked to your dad before the game, and he said the first time he took you to a volleyball match, you lost 25-0. The same girl served the whole time.
Yeah.
Would little Merritt believe that you'd be where you are right now? No.
Wow.
Little Merritt hoped to go to community college right down the road, and being from Alabama, volleyball wasn't a big thing. I didn't even know you could play volleyball at a young age. Like, I was one of very few girls that went to play in college out of the whole state of Alabama. To be honest, there's a very few and small group of us, and so I don't know what she would say. She'd probably laugh at you and be like, yeah, good joke, but it's just something that you don't really dream of, especially like I didn't grow up watching it like Bex, like growing up here in Nebraska, like she's seen that her whole life. I didn't. I thought it was you go be a cheerleader for the football team. That's how it is in the South, or you play softball. And so for me, it was something that I had no idea what world I was stepping into, and I'm so grateful I did. I almost tried out for cheer instead, so thank God I didn't do that.
Big win.
All right, thank you, Coach.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Got a full house tonight. You guys want an opening statement or you want to ask questions? It's a great 24 hours for Husker sports. Really feels awesome just really happy that we were able to finish it tonight. It was a great match. Wisconsin was a heck of a team. They create a lot of problems for us, and but I thought our team just really stayed in there and played well at the end of games. And so I mean, we played our best when it mattered, and that's what we challenged them with earlier today at practice. Is that's what we're going to have to do against the Wisconsin team. So again, and our crowd was awesome tonight, and it just blows me away how many people stay for senior night. And for me personally, I'm so happy for football because I know how those guys feel, and to finally break through is unbelievable feeling.
Do you feel more pressure to kind of continue those good vibes of the athletic department tonight?
Absolutely. We didn't want to be the team that lost on senior night, lost when you had all this unbelievable momentum going. So, I mean, those are all the things that go through a coach's head. So, our players probably didn't think of it, but anyway, it's, you know, you want to be a part of that momentum. And again, our crowd was amazing tonight. After the first half of the first game, I'm thinking there's no way we're going to lose this thing with our crowd. The energy was in there tonight, and the energy our players had. It just felt like we knew it was going to be tough, but there's no way they were going to let it happen.
How big each of those sets you had runs of it 6-0, 7-0? I mean, 3 different servers did it too. I mean, how big was that to kind of establish that tone that the team could build off of?
Yeah, and that's, you know, when you give up runs like that, it's hard to win games, and I'm sure Kelly would say the same thing. So you never want to try to do that, but it's hard to make runs on a team like that because Franklin, they set everywhere. You got Anna who can, you know, kill anything, and so it takes a lot of effort and a lot of really good play on our side of the net to be able to do that. And it wasn't like we were acing them. You know, we had one ace the whole night, so we were earning it.
Outdug them by 17, held up to 169.
Wow.
What did you think about your back row performance tonight?
Yeah, we made, well, that's what we do every day. So it doesn't like, I'm not like wowed by it. That's what we do. But you know, we got 3 exceptional diggers, and Harper's a great digger, and Bergen's a great digger. So it's hard to put the ball down on our side, and I think that's what wears teams down and probably creates some of those runs. Just you feel like you can't. How do I get a kill here? And they made some great tips that we got up, and great shots that we got up. So yeah, I didn't realize that, but it's a really good job by our team. And that's, you know, 2 matches in a row we've done a really good job on defending Wisconsin.
What allowed your back row attack to be a good option against that team at times?
Well, their middles go on a good, you know, we're going with Andy a lot, and so when those middles are leaving, it creates a gap coming down the middle, and Bergen just happened to set it at really good times, and they were trying to scramble back in there to block, but it's really hard to get back in there. And I got to give Bergen a lot of credit. She made some great decisions to set those up. And that's just you can't coach that or tell her that. It's just a feel that they have, and she did a really nice job. But also, you know, they're trying to stop Andy out there, who's, you know, sending 2 blockers out there.
Getting Rebecca more involved as part of the game plan, or is that just decisions made by?
No, we wanted to try to run middle on these guys. I mean, because you saw how hard it is to kill balls on Anna out there. I mean, she's a handful to deal with as a hitter, and you know, Franklin's a great blocker, and so I mean, they're tough to hit against. But that's why you have to have a balanced attack and attack all along the net, so you try to create openings to try to find kills. Because if we're just setting high balls out there against Booth and Anna, it's really there's not many people who can kill balls on those guys.
Any other questions?
John, to see what senior night meant, I mean, Merritt said that 2 years ago when she came to this program, she didn't really believe in herself and she didn't love volleyball. What did it mean for her and just the senior group in general?
You know, it's hard to put into words what this senior group means and what they've done. And, you know, 2 of them are transfers, and but they feel like they've been here forever. But if you look at their legacy, what they've done, I mean, they've literally done everything but win a national championship. And, you know, we still got an opportunity to do that. But look at what they've done for the sport of volleyball. Look, we hold every attendance record now in every gym in the Big Ten. So that's because of the following and how much people love watching these guys. And, you know, the stadium match was historic. And again, you got to give a lot of credit. I mean, I think Lexi's the ringleader of that group, but all 4 of those other guys are just, people love being around them. They love watching them. They love how they compete. They love how they interact as student athletes. And, I mean, you heard some of the things that were said tonight about them. They're just tremendous young women.
Thing this group hasn't achieved. How big was tonight just in terms of showing where your group is at this point?
Well, you want to be playing well at the end of the year, and I think you know, they brought it tonight. So, you know, this group has got big goals, and they're going to compete really hard for them.
All right. Thank you.
Okay, guys, thanks.